So we did this trip in June. It was my first time camping with my horse, so we stayed at my friend Emily's place. They own Wild Thingz Dog Mushing down in Cantwell. So we stayed near their place in case I had any emergencies, and it ended up being a really great trip. So come with us. So our camping spot ended up just being pulled off the side of a back road right off the Denali Highway. But again, this was right next door to my friend's sled dog kennel. And it was my first time camping with the horse, so I just wanted to make sure somebody else was around if there was an emergency. But Sedona was so perfect. We used this high tie. I feel like she just we went for rides, she hung out, she took naps. She was such a good girl, so it ended up being a really great trip. Oh my gosh, so fun fact about me and Emily is that we actually both are originally from New England and now we live in Alaska. So once I got Sedona and my dog settled and our campsite kind of ready, Emily came down with her four-wheeler and we took the dogs and the horse down to the river just for like a nice evening ride. Summertime in Alaska is almost 24 hours of daylight. So after we went for that ride, we hung out, had some dinner. I let Sedona take a nap, let the dogs chill out. And then I went for like a nighttime ride on the Denali Highway with Sedona. So this was probably around like 11 p.m. But I work night shift typically at the hospital. So I'm definitely a night owl. And there was like nobody else on the road. So we had the whole highway to ourselves. So it was pretty magical. I did notice after a little while that I thought it was going to rain, so I decided to head back to the trailer a little bit earlier than I wanted, but I just wanted to make sure nothing got too wet from the rain. So it was a great ride, hardly any mosquitoes. I really don't think Alaska is actually that buggy, or maybe I'm just really lucky. You can kind of see the wind too, maybe that helped. But overall, it was a great ride, and I'm really happy that we did that. So for our afternoon ride, Emily took the four-wheeler and I took Sedona, and we rode up to this overlook of the Jack River and up into the mountains, and it was truly so beautiful and so epic. we got back from our ride, I made sure that Sedona had some fresh water, some hay, and then I just wanted to talk about, you'll see like the orange collar on her that has my name and phone number like Sharpied on it. And then I also have a dog tag with my name and phone number that's like braided into her tail. And that's just like, God forbid, if she got loose, that I have 2 forms of ID on her. And you'll see at nighttime when she's tied up and I'm sleeping, I'll put a white fly sheet on her just so she's very visible and people know that she's a horse and not a moose. A lot of people might think Alaska is cold all the time, but actually in the summer it gets very hot here. So I took the dogs in the what is that? The side by side, and we went down to the river, let them cool off, and then we went for an evening walk. Then I started to kind of think about dinner, and I wanted to get ready for another nighttime ride on the Denali Highway. Super exciting. Right when we started our ride, we saw this cow down in the swamp, so that was really exciting to see a moose. But again, to put this into context, this is probably at like 11:30 p.m. And during this ride, I saw both the sunset. It doesn't fully set all the way, but the sunset and then the sunrise. So that's the sunset, and then you'll see at the end the sunrise. I personally would love to put Lavender Haze by Taylor Swift as the song for this ride. However, my video will be silenced or taken down. So I'll just put some classical music, and I hope you guys enjoy. So day 3, we spent the morning camping, and then we had to pack up and head to Fairbanks. And of course, because I wanted to leave to go back to Fairbanks by the afternoon, guess who decided to run away in the morning? Yep, Ben. He had been really good hanging around the truck, and he always wears his GPS collar. And then I swear for like 1 minute, I wasn't keeping an eye on him. And I look at the GPS, and he is gone in the woods. And you can see there's like circles and then straight lines and then circles and straight lines. And I'm like, oh, he is chasing something. So I tried to run after him, and I couldn't find him. I tried to use my friend's four-wheeler, but the woods are so thick. So then I hopped on Sedona and was like, you need to earn your keep right now because we need to go find my dog. I ended up being able to intercept him on the road right by the truck and trailer because I could tell based on his tracks that the moose might cross the road. So thankfully we got him back, but he ran like 10 miles. He was gone for like an hour. I don't know. I showed the GPS stats, but he had a great morning, got everybody loaded up, headed back to Fairbanks. You can see there were wildfires occurring. So wildfires are new to me because I'm from the East Coast. So you can see that's like a wildfire smoke cloud. So pretty crazy. But we made it back safely and we had a great trip. So thank you for coming with us.